Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about the Ascension symptoms for April 2020. A lot of the things that you're probably already feeling and what we can expect more of going into April. And just to give you guys a general outline so that you know that what you're feeling, you're not alone in this. And that a lot of times we can just be feeling everything surfacing all at once and so much happening within us, and it's happening so fast. And I want you to know that everything you're feeling has a cosmic importance, a cosmic significance. And if you're feeling it, it's very important that you feel it. That's the reason it's there. That's the reason you're feeling it, is because it's very important. So don't think that anything you're feeling isn't right, or what you're going through is wrong or something, or that you've fallen off track. If some days you feel completely just off, disconnected, buried in lack and even desperation and self-doubt, I've been there. It's okay. That's part of this journey. It's important that you feel that even too. So all of your feeling has significant meaning, and it's all very important, no matter if you consider it negative or good. So I wrote down, there's been so many symptoms and so many that I feel we're going to be experiencing in April that I just started writing them down, and it's quite a list, as you guys might expect. The first symptom I want to talk about is waking up sweating. What this is, if you wake up just really drenched in your own sweat, or just, like heated up, or if you're getting hot flashes, this is a lot of purging. As our bodies transform, as our bodies start to embody higher frequencies of new earth. Because the truth is, we are new earth. We are source energy already. We're just choosing to be in a body temporarily to evolve our human body into a divine body, or another way to say that is to evolve it into a crystalline body, or to evolve out of the fight or flight nervous system. So when we're undergoing these huge transformations, of course we're going to have all types of symptoms. We're going to have all types of very physical ascension symptoms happen, and one of them is waking up sweating. And this is a sign that we're doing so much purging, so much integrating in our sleep, that our bodies are really working hard to keep up with all of the higher frequencies that we are embodying, that we are transforming. Our DNA is transforming and upgrading and becoming activated. So this can be, quite a process, and really can take a lot of work for the body. Waking up cold, and having the chills. This is two things for me. I've been experiencing this big time. I feel in my heart that this is one, that we're moving into newer dimensions. And sometimes when you're feeling really tapped in to these dimensions, as you've probably experienced, you can start to feel like your hands get cold, your whole body get really cold. So as high as the frequencies on Earth are right now, sometimes we can go through long periods where we just can't warm up and where we're cold. So that's one reason, and this is twofold and kind of all tied together. The other side of this is that older, denser aspects of us are starting to fall away and to die. And sometimes death can be really cold and bone chilling, right? So as we embody higher frequencies and newer dimensions, the stuff that doesn't harmonize with these frequencies, that doesn't resonate with these frequencies, is gonna have to come out and up. And that can be really heavy, that can be really dense and really cold feeling. Don't be alarmed by this, don't be concerned. It can at times feel like a very biological death, and I spoke about this in my last video, where for a moment or two, maybe a minute or two, you can feel like you're literally dying in a physical way. But this is a positive sign, because it's just an older aspect of you that you're not taking into the new earth dimensions, because it just doesn't vibrate there, it doesn't resonate there, and it has to go. So just, this too shall pass. Just surrender to this heaviness and let it fall off. spacey, disoriented, can't think logically, or unable to process information very well. At times at this process, it's like we're taken off linear time and we can like barely even remember like to do laundry, or we're like barely remembering like simple things throughout the day. Like we can put a load of laundry in but forget to put the soap in, and just silly things like that can just be happening all the time. Headaches are a super common Ascension symptom that you're going to be experiencing in April. Like it can feel like a tension headache sometimes. It can feel like coldness on like the side of your temples at times. It can just feel like pressure is in your head. And this can mean a lot of different things, but really it's just more light coming into your body, and it takes a while for it to integrate. It's also more pressure means that the light is expanding your container. And to really allow the light to expand your container, it's important that you're open in your heart center. It's important that your chakras are open. It's important that you're letting go of judgment and duality and right and wrong and good and bad. And you are allowing yourself to unify with this light, because this light is oneness consciousness. It's unified consciousness, which means it is heart-centered. It is love. It is peace, and these things are to unify, to embody with this consciousness. We must transcend the mind's judgments, the mind's programs, the mind's conditionings, the mind's limiting beliefs. And to do this, we come into the heart. We open the heart. That's the straightest path to unified consciousness, is through the heart. So what this can also mean is that you may be challenged in this time to face your fears of unconditional love, because so often unconditional love can feel scary. Because what do you mean, I just have to give love without any expectation of it coming back? That is unconditional love, and this is hard for us humans. So if there's someone in your life that you're not opening your heart to fully, know that when you don't open your heart to one person, you can't open your heart to anybody. So your heart must be open unconditionally to all. Now, this doesn't mean to not have boundaries and to not have discernment about who to spend your time with and who to cultivate deep relationships with. Of course, have some practical wisdom here. But if there is fear about expressing your love towards others, then this is going to manifest in a lot of different symptoms that are trying to get your attention, that are saying, hey, you're in duality. Hey, you're not vibrating at unconditional love. And if you're not vibrating at unconditional love, then our heart can't be open, and these ascension energies, this light, you can't really embody them fully, because to embody them fully, you have to be unified, and to be unified, you have to have an open heart. And you have to have this fearless power within you that can just give and share love with everybody, with not expecting anything in return. And the way to cultivate this is to feel your love within, to know that your love comes from within, to know that you can self-validate, that you don't need others' validation and approval. You know, that when you know that you generate your love from within, and that love is something that comes from your own heart, there's no fear to share it unconditionally anymore, because you don't need anything back. You're just this vessel of love that has the power to openly share and give love. And that is the most powerful movement for any type of head pressure, tension, headaches. Is if you're having that, ask yourself, am I withholding my love? Am I closing my heart in any way because of fear of sharing love? Am I guarding my heart because of a fear of feeling the pain of living with an open heart? Because yes, there is pain with an open heart. There is all types of feelings can happen when we have an open heart. But that's why it's so crucial to be rooted in our own love and our own compassion. Because then we're not afraid of feeling the pain, because we know the pain is divine and a gift too. Because the pain allows us to learn how to love ourselves deeper. So that's a big one. thought storms, uncontrollable thoughts, intrusive dark thoughts, lots of collective density coming through the mind space right now. Lots of fear, lots of panic, that you may be having these crazy thoughts, and you'll know instantly, that's not mine, that's not mine. And the thing is to hold the space for the thoughts, to let the thoughts come through. Don't try to resist them, don't get in a fight with them, and also don't give your power or belief in your identity with them. Just let the thoughts through, even if they're coming through quickly, even if they're super dark. Know that they're not yours, and that your thoughts don't create your vibration. So don't get worried if you're having negative thoughts. That's not creating your vibration. What's creating your vibration is the choices you're making every day. Are you making choices that are rooted in self-love and self-care and nourishment and giving and creation and connecting with yourself? Are you making choices that empower you and others? Are you making choices that connect you to your heart? Are you making choices that are giving, that are connecting you to giving your love, and sharing your love? What choices are you making? Or are you making choices to go into fear and negativity and to believe the mind? And are you making choices to be up here trying to figure it out all day? Where are you making choices from? Are you making choices from your heart? Then your vibration is going to be of love. Or are you making choices from the limited programs and conditioning and thinking of the mind? Because then your vibration is going to be in fear and lack and scarcity and desire. Are you making choices from a place of personal will and desire? Or are you making choices from a place of surrendering to life, to letting life live through you as you, to letting God live through you as you, to letting the love of your higher self live through you as you? Because if that's the choice you're making, then that's the vibration you're going to be feeling. So know that your thoughts are not you. The darkness up there, the craziness, I've been having some of it too, especially when I was in the city. So if you're in the city, this can be especially topical right now. Just let them pass through. They're not you. They don't mean anything. They really don't. They're not you at all. What's underneath that? Your love, your open heart, your spacious nature, your compassion. That's who you are. Feeling super high but ungrounded. You might have tons of high energy at times, super connective and creative, but you feel ungrounded. Maybe you get like a little shaky, or you just feel like you can't anchor this and it's not coming from a centered place, and you feel almost manic. That's okay. Get outside, take your shoes off, get barefoot in nature, connect with animals, do some grounding yin yoga, talk to people. One of my gifts in coaching is I can really help people feel a sense of calm and peace. So find a coach that you trust that can offer you that same type of energy, that same type of movement, and it will connect you to your center, to your truth, your rooted truth. And that way you can integrate and embody these higher energies while also being grounded. Because if we're super high and ungrounded, it's hard to be of much service because we're just everywhere. We can see it all, we have all the connections, but it's hard to bring them through. It's hard to be a vessel for them to come through in a practical and helpful way. So it's important to stay grounded the best you can. Maybe eat heavier foods, carrots, potatoes. Try that too. Man, there's so many. I'm gonna have to make this like 2 parts or something. Ear and vision stuff. I've been having ear popping sensations. I've been seeing like flickers of light. You might be having all kinds of maybe I always have buzzing. Your buzzing might be getting higher in pitch. That means the vibration, the frequencies are higher that you're embodying. Very good signs. The popping is just coming in and out of new dimensions, and it's just all adaptation for the body. The body can do weird things, the eyes, the ears, everything. It's okay, this is normal. Chakra openings and activations. You might feel your heart opening, your throat, your third eye, your crown. Your gut might come become open, your sacral, your root, and this can come with all types of sensations and burnings, sensations and pain, because a lot of density has to clear when these chakras open. If your third eye opens, you can have all kinds of crazy dark thoughts. All kinds of density comes up to be purged. Same with a crown opening. If your throat starts opening, you might just start speaking your truth spontaneously, as if it's not even you speaking it. It's just coming through you. And this can scare you at first and shock you, but this is something that you balance with over time. So if you're having any crazy chakra openings, energetic openings, these energies on Earth right now are activating people at a rapid pace. So this is also a very normal thing right now and nothing to be concerned about. Feeling, I already hit this one basically, but yeah, that's good too. Oh, physical weakness, fear, anxiety, feeling like it's not yours. If I remember, I'm going to put a link to Matt Kahn's Instagram link where he has really good affirmations and things to say. If you feel like the energy you're experiencing, the fear you're experiencing just isn't yours, it's a good idea to say these a couple times a day, because as empaths, we can be affected at times. And I will say the higher our vibration goes, the less we get affected by others' energies. So the more you just do your work, the less you get impacted by others. But if you are feeling overwhelmed by everything, it's totally normal. I will try to link that for you below. And there's others you can find too that give really good affirmations for sending energy back to source that isn't yours. Feeling completely lifeless and like heavy and just dense. Oh, I've gone in and out of this, where you just all of a sudden have to lay down and you just have to be in this fully surrendered state, and you can just feel waves of density just clearing through your body, clearing through your vessel. If this happens, just give yourself the rest you need. Just know that this is all part of it and nothing to be concerned about. It's a really good sign. It's that density's clearing. Fears of going insane. Right now, with all this energy integrating and it's kind of coming in and mixing with all the old programs and conditionings and denser beliefs and older stories, the mind can get really, the mind being a survival machine, it can be really alarmed by all the higher energies entering you and like all the new integrations happening at such a rapid pace that it's hard for the mind, because the mind likes to be in control, it likes to know things, it likes predictability. It's really hard for the mind to surrender right now. If you've noticed, so many people are having trouble with overthinking, overanalyzing, and just like really having a difficult time processing everything that's happening, because it's impossible. We can't process everything that's happening right now on a mental level. And that's why everything's happening like this. It's forcing us to let go of the mind. It's forcing us to transcend the mind and connect with something deeper, something more expansive, to connect with our hearts. So if you're having thoughts of going insane, that's just the mind becoming afraid of the control and the grip it's losing on life, on your movement. And this is natural. This is also a good sign. It's the mind throwing a haymaker to try to get your attention, like, hey, stop letting go so much. Stop surrendering so much. You're going to go crazy. What it's basically saying is, stop surrendering, because now I don't get to be the boss anymore. Now I don't get to be the dominant force. It's like, hey, stop surrendering, because now you're not going to be my slave. Because the mind is just a machine. It's not a master. We don't have to be servile to it, especially when it says we're going to go insane. Just the movement, of course, those are not you. That's not you. Those thoughts are not you. They're not even your thoughts. It's the collective insanity right now of having to let go of how we've always lived and how we've always done things. Because on New Earth, if people make that choice to exist in those frequencies, it's less about thinking and figuring things out, and it's more about just receiving and opening and allowing and coming into the body and connecting with your spacious nature. I think that covers it. Rapid shifts of energy within you and around you. Feeling bipolar, like you're just super high and then super low and then super high and super low, maybe like 4 or 5 times in the same day. or in the same minute. It's like moving that fast now, where every minute can feel like a day sometimes, and a day can feel like a second. It's like really, the movement of energy right now is really intensely accelerated and fast. And this can, like, we can just go through so much so fast. And this is a hell of an opportunity, and profound opportunity for intensely fast transmutation of letting go of old stories and darkness and density and embodying and anchoring in new ones. Because everything's moving so fast, if we are willing to connect with stillness, if we are willing to listen to the silence, if we can just gently listen to the silence, we'll sense an alive radiance in the silence. And we will sense that that alive radiance is who we are. And when we listen to the silence for long enough, and we literally can feel in our body that we are the silence, that's when the transmutation process of embodying new earth energies and new earth frequencies happens like that. Because it's when we connect to the silence in that depth, that's when everything can come up. Everything's free to come up, to be transmutated. And your body knows how to transmute all of this density, all of these old stories, these old, pains and traumas stuck deep in our cellular memory. It knows how to transform these and transmute these into light rapidly. If we are able to not identify with all the craziness that comes up in the mind when this rapid transformation and transmutation is happening. And so that's why the connection to the silence, to stillness at a very deep level is profoundly helpful, because it gives you the space to see that you're not your thoughts. That way the body can transmute these energies very quickly and just do it all for you. So this truly is a movement of letting go, of opening and allowing, and just letting the body and letting life do this for you. You just have to get out of the way, essentially. And I think I wanted to point out a few things for just quick remedies, like yin yoga, connecting to movement, being outside, animals, eat healthy, drink tons of water. Of course, if you know me by now, meditation. Just listen to the silence gently for a couple hours a day, and you'll notice this process starts integrating more quickly than you can believe. And you start feeling new earth right now. You don't have to wait till all of this craziness passes. You can be in the eye of the storm right now, experiencing new earth. You don't have to wait. It's here for you now. That's what all this stress is about, is the higher frequencies on earth, showing us that the harm we do to others, we do to ourselves. Showing us the harm we do to planet earth, we do to ourselves. And it's bringing up all these old beliefs that are rooted in separation, that are rooted in dualism, that are rooted in right and wrong, good and bad, us versus them. It's bringing all of this up. And if you can allow all of that to come up in you, all of your old beliefs and old stories rooted in separation, and if you can just let the newer frequencies, if you can let your body just transmute them, and if you can just be an I am presence, if you're connected to your spacious nature, if you're connected to yourself as the silence, then this is a beautiful opportunity for you to blossom into who you really are. For you to open your heart more fully than you've ever been able to before. That's what these energies are here for. These energies are here to help us face that which we're most afraid of, so that we can become free to embody the energies that are available right now. So I hope that was helpful. Long video, but I'm sure for some of you who are going through this, it's a lot to take on. There's so much happening. We're changing so quickly as a species. Even if you're not spiritual, even if you're in denial that you're a spiritual being, even if this sounds crazy to you, you're evolving as a species. Everyone is. This whole planet is evolving right now. And we're becoming something we've never been before. And that includes lots of crazy things that are going to feel crazy, but are actually totally normal for what you're becoming. You're taking an animal body and you're becoming a divine body. You're going from living through here, which humans have done for who knows how long, to living through here. And Earth is giving humans everything they need right now to make this transformation, to make this leap in consciousness. And what so many people right now need is to be alone by themselves, very still. Because anything that sits still for a long period of time evolves rapidly. Look at a caterpillar, how it becomes a butterfly. That's what Earth is giving humans the opportunity to do right now. Earth is saying, okay guys, you're all source energy. You're all Martin Luther Kings. You're all Jesus Christ. You're all Gandhi. You're all Mother Teresa's. But you guys have gotten obsessed with silliness, with this consumer lifestyle that is damaging everything, including your connection to your spiritual nature. So we're just going to make you sit still for a little bit and connect to that which you really are. And so many people, to connect to that which they really are, have to face what they're most afraid of first. So if you're feeling a lot of fear, know that this is just the earth, this is just life, the universe helping you to connect to that which you truly are by allowing you, by giving you the opportunity to experience that which you're most afraid of. Because when we experience that which we're most afraid of, and we feel that fear, and we allow it, and we surrender to it, and we integrate it, wow, then we have the freedom to access all the dimensions that are available right now. Because it's that fear that keeps us in the mind. It's the fear that keeps our heart closed. It's the fear that keeps us from having the willingness to sit with ourselves and connect with ourselves as the silence and the space. So it's all about liberating ourselves from fear. And the way we do that is we allow it up. We allow it to arise. And we don't suppress it. We don't run from it. Because guess what? You can't run from it right now. Nobody can run anymore. That's why I said you have to be, you can have an open heart and be in the eye of the storm. Because there's no running from the storm for anybody. So take what gifts the storm is bringing you. Let yourself live open and fearlessly in the eye of the storm with an open heart. And you will feel that new earth is here. And then through your demonstration of embodying new earth, you show others that new earth is here. And then through you embodying new earth, you give others the courage to face their fears, to open to their fears, and to walk towards their fears. That way that they too can join you on new earth. We're all seeds of new earth. And right now is the time to go all in on shining your light. There's never been a more important time in the planet's history for you to be authentic, for humans to be who they truly are. Be who you truly are. If there's one thing you take from this video, be who you truly are with no compromises. Show people that it's safe to be who they truly are. Because that's what the fear is ultimately. It's a fear of who we truly are. And when we open to the fear, when we integrate our fear, when we overcome our fear and walk towards it and see that it was just an illusion, that's when we access our truth. That's when we access our power. That's when we access our connection to Source. That's when we just let Source do the work through us. You can give this whole experience to Source because you are Source. You're Source in a human form, having the temporary experience of transforming an animal body into a divine body. Enjoy the ride. I love you guys. Namaste.